Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to crack open the rulebook for the modern music industry's biggest, and let's be honest, most mysterious gatekeeper, the algorithm. So, if you're an artist trying to get your music heard, you probably know this feeling, right? It feels like you're constantly battling this hidden force, this black box you just can't figure out. You feel like you're doing everything right, but the results just seem completely random. But what if I told you the entire game flips on its head the second you realize the algorithm isn't actually looking at you? It's looking at your listeners. It follows the fans. And once you really, truly grasp that single idea, everything else just starts to click into place. Okay, so let's dig into why the algorithm follows the fans. See, to win the game, you first have to understand the one single goal that drives every single decision platforms like Spotify and Apple Music make. And this is it. This is the prime directive. Streaming platforms at their core have one mission, and it's not to promote you or discover amazing new talent. It's to maximize the amount of time listeners spend inside their app. That is the whole business model. So the trick is to start seeing your music from their perspective. Your song is a tool in their toolbox. And if your music helps them achieve their mission, by keeping people listening, saving, hitting repeat, they will push it to the moon for you. If it doesn't, well, it gets left behind. It's as simple as that. Okay, so if the goal is just keeping people on the platform, how does the algorithm actually keep score? How does it know which songs are doing the best job? Well, it's all about tracking very specific listener behaviors. And it really just boils down to these three core signals. First step, engagement. Are people actively doing something with your song? Are they saving it, sharing it, adding it to their own playlists? Second, retention. Are they listening all the way through or are they skipping it after 20 seconds? And third, growth velocity. How fast is your song gaining momentum? Not just on the platform, but across the internet. This brings us to one of the biggest myths in the streaming world. We are all so obsessed with that big, shiny stream count, but the algorithm is looking at something much, much deeper. And this chart just illustrates the point perfectly. An algorithm would much rather have a song with 5,000 streams that nobody skips than a song with 50,000 streams that everyone skips after 20 seconds. A low skip rate is a super powerful signal of a quality listening experience, and that's exactly what the platform wants to serve up to more people. So, what's a key metric that signals this kind of deep connection? Well, it pretty much boils down to this number range right here. This is what's known as the save-to-stream ratio. And that 30 to 50% range, that's the magic number. I mean, think about it. If that many people who stream your track also hit the save button, you are sending a massive signal to the algorithm. You're basically telling it, hey, this isn't just background noise. This song has real emotional resonance, and people want to come back to it again and again. That's pure gold. Now, let's talk about timing, because this is so important. The algorithm doesn't wait around for weeks to gather all this data. It makes its biggest decisions about your song's future almost immediately after it goes live. Think of it like a rocket launch. The first 48 hours provide all the initial thrust. In this tiny window, the system is intensely analyzing save rates, skip rates, and playlist ads to decide, is this song a dud, or does it have the potential to fly? That decision determines whether you land on huge playlists like Discover Weekly. Okay, so we know the mission and we know the scoring system. Let's build a playbook. How do you actually design a release strategy to work with the algorithm instead of against it? And this slide really shows the foundation of that strategy perfectly. It's consistency. You have artist A, who might drop a great project once a year, but for the other 11 months, they're basically invisible to the algorithm. Then you have artist B, who releases every 6 weeks. They're constantly feeding the system new data, building habit loops with their fans, and accumulating algorithmic trust. They stay relevant. Now, on the flip side, the system is designed to punish things that create a bad user experience or just make you seem unpredictable. Long intros that encourage skips, erratic release schedules, a genre identity that's all over the map, these things create friction and they hurt your standing. The algorithm rewards clarity and reliability. And we absolutely cannot forget the outside world. Remember that growth velocity signal we talked about? Well, platforms now actively track viral moments on apps like TikTok and Reels. A song blowing up there is a massive external signal that there's a huge demand just waiting to be met on the streaming services. It is all connected.
So the key is to focus your strategy on these actionable steps that line up directly with everything we've talked about. Be consistent, get to the hook fast, ask your friends to save the track, not just play it, mobilize them in that critical 48-hour window, and use short-form video to build momentum. This is the playbook.
Ultimately, you don't really need to hack the system. You just need to understand what it's looking for. The algorithm isn't some mysterious enemy. It's really just a mirror designed to find and amplify music that truly connects with people on an emotional level. So the question to leave with is not, how do I beat the algorithm, but how do I create something so resonant that the algorithm has no choice but to amplify it? Because in the end, that's the only game worth winning.